What up, everyone? You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. We're dropping old school on you, 60s Fantastic Four, vintage baby. Number 56, the first appearance of Claw. Yes, a man of pure energy, pure sound, and he is here to take revenge upon the Fantastic Four, as well as the Black Panther. How will they beat this monster? We'll find out, won't we? The murderous master of sound. You gotta love the way Stan Lee put things. Yes, if you don't know, this guy was a scientist. He basically got trapped. He went into his own device and became a living being of sound. He's an arch enemy of Black Panther. And of course, Sue's wandering around, kind of wondering where Reed is, exploring the house after they got back from Wakanda. She calls Ben on the intercom, and Ben says they're busy and they need an hour for their experimenting. Reed has found the negative zone. And in finding the negative zone, he's kind of communicating with these different creatures, trying to find out how to get around it, how to explore the negative zone, and more importantly, how to break the negative force field that's around the Inhumans that has them trapped. And Johnny Storm's girlfriend, by the way. And so he's kind of trying to experiment, building a device. Of course, Ben mentions that he has to work on saving him, turning him human. And, Reed kind of mentions that's always on his mind, but they're attacked out of nowhere by the Claw. He fires a beam of energy and seals them in. They're trapped. Meanwhile, the Inhumans have been trying to bust out of there. Black Bolt tried literally sacrificing himself, doing a big energy blast to try to destroy the field. But they're still trapped. Of course, Maximus the Mad wants to take over, but Medusa's not having any of this. She has to stand up to him now. And she kind of puts a little fear in him, and she kind of goes off and cries, because she's worried about Black Bolt. Of course, Claw has his other plans. He wants to kidnap Sue Storm and lure the Black Panther in so he can destroy him himself. Of course, he busts in. Sue uses her force field. And he kind of explains and gives you a little background, like what I was saying earlier. He was trapped. He had nowhere to go. He was running out of air. The mountain was probably going to cave in on him, so he had one option: to be one with his machine. And he became a living being of sound, energy, no longer human. And as he's telling Sue this, she's using her force field, but he's able to vibrate his way through it with sound, weakening her, shutting off her concentration. And she's wondering where Reed is. Of course, Reed and Ben are trapped right now. She reaches for a gun, and this gun's supposed to paralyze nerves, stop brain activity. But he's no longer human. He has no organs, so the gun doesn't work on him. Meanwhile, Reed and Thing are trying to break out, but the wall of sound is just too hard for them to get around. Of course, Thing tries the old-fashioned way, getting something very heavy and throwing it. It does not go too well. Except for destroying Reed's precious machine, it really didn't work. So they have to come up with a plan B, another idea. And of course, Reed always has another idea. He always has a little invention or something. So he kind of rigs something up real quick. And Thing is the only one strong enough to withstand the blast, because he's going to create a blast when he hits it. So he just runs for it as hard as he can, And biggity boom. You got to love Reed, how he can just invent stuff on the spot. That's probably one of his main powers besides his stretching ability. Of course, Thing breaks on through to the other side. As the Claw's delivering his speech, about to close the boom on Sue, as she turns invisible and tries to run away. But there's nowhere she can go. Even though she's invisible, she still makes noise, sound, vibration, which he can pick up, which he knows where she is, and he can locate her. And now he's about to bring the final blast down, to incapacitate her and take her back, hold her for hostage, to lure the Panther in. But Benjamin Grimm comes out of nowhere and takes the shot. It's okay, Thing can take it. Anyways, him and the Claw start getting into it. And when they smack into each other, the sound and vibrations is so big, you can actually see it coming out of the Baxter building. This massive amount of energy. And the good people in New York are starting to panic, as well as the bad people. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm and Wyatt Wingfoot have met Lockjaw, and they're trying to figure out how he got out and how to find a way into the Inhumans' lair. Of course, Johnny builds a little fire, and Lockjaw decides to chow down on it, so there's always that. Anyways, Thing and Claw are continuing their fight. And of course, he incapacitates Thing by using a lot of sound to just kind of like hurt his ears, kind of make him dizzy. And of course, he goes back to his original plan, kidnapping Sue Storm, so he can get his revenge on Black Panther. She runs to Reed, and Reed has a plan B. He summons a rocket. Yes, a rocket that's sent off from one spot to another. And it comes FedEx style. Delivers something right to him that he needs. Isn't that handy? You gotta love Reed's inventions, man. Always thinking. Anyways, he pulls out this little tube, and it has vibranium bracelets. Yes, the only thing that can counter Claw. The only thing that absorbs energy and sound. And he just beats the crap out of him. He's beating the brakes off him. He tries using his power, but the vibranium shields Reed. And Reed is just going to town on him. I mean, like, he's beating the crap out of him. And of course, he uses that move that he likes to do where he stretches over people and just covers them, smothers them. And this is enough to knock Claw out. Claw is down, he's out, and they have to figure out a way to imprison him. But first, they're going to take his device and smash it so he can't use his weapon. They end up calling Wakanda. Black Panther answers, and they take Claw. They make plans to take Claw back to Wakanda to stand trial. But someone is out there watching the Silver Surfer. Who is it? And what plans does he have for the Cosmic Surfer? We'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you